continued. Okay, so we're on chapter 5. We start with Mishnah number Halachah number 4. Okay, so it's Hilchos Deos 5:4, and it says, although the man's wife is permitted to him at all times, it is fitting for the wise man to conduct himself with holiness. He should not frequent his wife like a rooster. Rather, he should limit his intimate relations to once a week, from Shabbos evening to Shabbos evening, and he has, if he has a physical stamina. Okay, continuation. When he speaks with her, he should not do so in the beginning of the night. When he is sated, his belly when he is sated and his belly is full, not at the end of the night. When he is hungry, rather, it is in the middle of the night when the food has been digested. So it's not on a full stomach, not on an empty stomach, but not like when he's hungry, but when food is digested, basically when person is satiated. Okay, but we're going to review. He should not be excessively lightheaded, nor should he talk obscene nonsenses, even in intimate conversations with his wife. Behold, behold, the prophet has stated in Amos 4:13, and he repeats to a man what he has spoken. On this verse, our sages commented, a person will have to account for even the light conversation that he has with his wife. At the same time, at the time of the physical intimacy, they should not be drunk, nor lethargical, nor tense, neither both of them or even one of them. She should not be asleep, nor should the man take her by force, against her will. Rather, the relation should take place amid the mutual consent and joy. And he should converse dolly with her somewhat, so that she will so she be relaxed. He should engage in marital intimacy with her modestly and not boldly, and withdraw from her immediately. Okay. So that's, as we see, a lot of information. So, all right, so let's do from the beginning, and we're going to explain. Although the man's wife is permitted to him all the time, right, all the time, there is commentaries say there is outside restriction of Nida law. There are no limits to frequency with which the couple may enjoy the intimacy. So just to explain what we said before we said not too often, and if you want to be healthy, right? But those are two separate things. Here we're talking about is it allowed? Is it allowed? Yes, right? If she's not nida, is it recommended? No. So two separate things. So let's not get confused. Okay, so again, although the man's wife is permitted to him all the time, we just explained, it is fitting for the wise man to conduct himself with holiness. So, and what does it mean, holiness? And it's actually from the Torah. So, like, you should be holy to me as I'm holy, and I think Rashi understands that's what it is, right? To abstain. To sanctify ourselves with the intimate relations. Okay, so let's see, 43. Though the Jew's commitment to the holiness must encompass every aspect of his behavior, the Torah and our sages have always emphasized the importance of the quality with regard to marital intimacy. There is no... Okay, well, I apologize. So let's do one more time, try to understand. Though the Jew's commitment to holiness must encompass every aspect of his behavior, as we said in the beginning, right? Meaning to sanctify God's name with our conduct in business, with our interpersonal conduct, right, behavior. Aspect of the behavior, the Torah and our sages have always emphasized the importance of this quality with regard to the marital intimacy. So this act is the most animalistic, right? If you don't do it correctly, possible, like exactly like all animals, right? So, and that's why our sages say, Torah says, our sages explain to us, we have to sanctify ourselves in this act. There is no more powerful expression on the man's basic instinctive nature than sex. Okay, so exactly as we said, that's exactly like the basic instinctive, right? Like animals. Therefore, precisely in this area, must a Jew reveal that his nature is not only materialistic, but he possesses spiritual dimensions that lies at the core of being of his being and seek expression. For this reason, so we're going to go back to this, right? Let's cover a little ground. For this reason, Jewish marriage bond is referred to as kiddushin, emphasizes how kiddusha, holiness, is a fundamental element of marriage. Similarly, Vaikra 20 verse 7 proclaims, "Sanctify yourself and be holy, for I am holy." Right? This same famous verse. Your Lord. Okay. As a preface to the laws prescribing forbidden sexual relations. Shavuos, Talmud Shavuos 18b, interprets the above verse as also including the command to conduct oneself in a holy manner within permitted relations. So let's do this piece again, and we're going to explain because it's very powerful commentary. So, okay, therefore, precisely in this area, so right, so meaning in this area that we have to behave as a holy people, the holy nation, especially like meaning even in this most physical act, we have to behave with holiness. Therefore, precisely in this area, must a Jew reveal that his nature is not only material. So material, yes, but as we said before in the beginning of this section, we have to sanctify ourselves, and even with material, with mundane thing, how the person sits, how he eats, how he sleeps, like how he goes to the bathroom, all of this, how he works, conduct business, how he's with his wife, right? So even here. But not only material, but meaning this holiness is spiritual, of course, but that he possesses the spiritual dimensions that lies at the core of the being and seeks expression, right? So meaning this holiness is must be a core. Of course, it's not done by itself, right? It's not that as we said many times, we have to work on it, and it's not easy task. But since Hashem requires this from us, it says in the Chumash, right? Straightforward language. Right. That means that that's what he expects. That means that we can achieve it. Very simple, right? If it would not be achievable only for special people, Hashem would not put it, right? And here he would put in some Zohar, some I don't know, some Kabbalah. But if it says in the Chumash, meaning that it applies to each and every one of us. For this reason, the Jewish marriage bond is referred to as kedushin, emphasizing how Kedusha, holiness, is a fundamental element of marriage. Right? So this marriage is the second part. Kiddushin is actually the first part. Okay. But anyway, like when they're completely married, meaning as we explained before, there are two parts of the marriage. One is some kind of like, in some sense, like engagement, and second, when they are allowed to live together after chuppah, right? So now it's they call it kiddushin, right? Meaning holiness. So the holiness fundamental element of Jewish marriage, right? And this marriage is a spiritual one, right? As we explained before, the only way to dissolve this marriage, right, is to write a get. So a get, according to Halachah, so just because they move out, like she moved out or he moved out, like nothing happened. So the bond, the spiritual bond is still there, right? Because of this holy bond is not, you cannot just sever just because like you went to city hall and they give you a certificate that you divorced. It's not going to work this way, right? So since it was made in holiness, it has to be dissolved in holiness as well. Similarly, in BeEzrat 20 verse 7 proclaims, sanctify yourself and be holy, for I am holy, right? Your lords. Right, as a preface to the law prescribed forbidden relations. So as we see from this line, Hashem said, sanctify yourself, meaning right, we have to work on ourselves, right? You need, we must know like what is expected from us. What do you mean sanctify? What I need to do if I, right, like only if I would want myself signed, sanctify, is it going to be enough? No, right? We have to learn Torah and see what exactly Hashem calls kedusha, holiness. As it says, Shavuos 18b interprets the above verse that also included commandment to conduct oneself in holy manner with permitted relationships. Right. So again, to be holy is not that abstain from something forbidden, right? So right, that's a different story. So like to be holy, meaning when person does everything correctly according to the Torah, right? And plus he does he does it on a very spiritual level, not like a robot or something. Okay. And like hold himself back, right, from all of this physical, right? As we said last time. What did we say last time? What is it? I think in this book. Okay. Right. So we have to control ourselves basically. Okay. So the quality of holiness involves not only restraint, as mentioned in ensuing statements, but also the manner in which relations are carried out. The Rambam elaborates on this aspect in his Hilchos De'os 21:9, and his commentary to Mishnah Sanhedrin 7:4. Sanhedrin, very interesting. Okay, so we'll need to see what it says there. Okay, so again, the quality of holiness involves not only restraint, as mentioned in certain statements, but also the manner. So not meaning like restraint, meaning to hold himself back, but even if it's allowed, and in many cases we're going to see it is a mitzvah, how to conduct ourselves. Okay, 43. Continue. He should not freaking his wife like a rooster. So again, as we said, is it forbidden? It's not forbidden. Right, but meaning that when Rambam or our sages say it's he should not, meaning that if you do, expect the consequences, and most likely they're going to be very negative. So for sure, it's going to affect this person's spirituality. Commentary: a rooster is widely a symbol of lust. Rooster, okay. The phrase used by Rambam is quoted from Brachas 22a. See also Hilchos Tefillah 4:5 and Hilchos Yishut Tefillah, the laws of the prayer. Very interesting. I think I have this. I'm not sure. Hilchos De'os, this for sure I have. 21:11. The Rambam, where Rambam elaborates on this matter, calling frequent sexual relations a severe blemish and boorish behavior which was frowned upon by our sages. Right, again, so whereas calling frequent sexual relations as a severe blemish, meaning the person like he has nothing else to do, like nothing else is the matter in this life. Right, it's a boorish behavior which was frowned upon by the sages. Okay. Continue. Rather he should, so don't be like Rooster. Rather he should limit the intimate relations once a week, right, from Shabbos to Shabbos evening, if he has physical stamina. So once a week, commentary in Ksubas 62a, right, and B, describes the frequency with which the people involved in different occupation should engage in marital intimacy. See also Hilchos 14, Halachas 1 through 4. The measure given here is allotted to Torah sages. Meaning there, if I remember correctly, so we said it depends who is he. If he's, I think the camel driver, right? Camel driver. So meaning they go long distance, plus minus. So like it's once a month, right? If I remember correctly. So donkey driver maybe once a week. If he is a seaman, like once in 6 months. And well, if he's like a worker, worker like manual work, so maybe once in a few days, maybe a few times a week. And if he's like I don't know, some like office worker, someone like not he's not strained on his job, so even every day. Of course, again, it's not recommended, but it is like I mean it is there is no problem. And for Torah scholars, I think if I remember correctly, it says Friday to Friday. So meaning that the whole week they strain themselves and they have to consecrate on the Torah, right? We're not talking about when it's mikvah night. So if it's mikvah night, be it Tuesday, Wednesday, that's the time. But in all other weeks, so yeah, it's Friday night. So a person has all the enjoyment because it is enjoyable. Okay. So one second. So it was 45. Continue, right? So for Shabbos evening, continue to Shabbos evening. Okay. So commentary quickly. So it says Ksubas also 62a. Say that Psalm 1:3, right? It brings forth its fruit in its season, right? Meaning everything is the right time. Applies to such a person. Here, the commentaries note the continuation of the verse: "Its leaves will not wither." Right. So it says that if you like this Torah scholar, if he does it correctly according to the what Torah prescribes, only once a week, right? It says everything in the right season, fruit brings forth fruit in its season, meaning he would be fruitful, and his leaves will not wither, meaning he would be strong for a long time. And interpret it as implying the draining physical energy caused by the marital intimacy, which Rambam described in chapter 4. Chapter 4, Halachah 21. Okay, meaning, right. Will not occur when a person follows the schedule. Right, so in chapter 4, it's chapter 5 now. Just a few examples to remind us. So we said he should not engage like before he go into the strenuous trips, and like especially if he's walking, if he taking a carriage, something. So it could be different. If he's driving, it could be different. But like, but in all other cases, like before the blood, like after the bloodletting, all these things, right? Right, because we said that this marital intimacy would drain his energy, and it's not good. And as we said, it could be life risk, basically, if there is other factors involved as well. Okay, Igeret HaKodesh, right, attributed to Ramban, emphasizes that on Shabbos a person is granted greater spiritual potential, which enables him to maintain his bond with God, even involved in physical activities. Right, on Shabbos we get a second soul, right, and it's very interesting. So this second soul is help us to what is it? How does it emphasize the Shabbos? A person granted greater spiritual potential, right, the second soul, which enables him to maintain the bond with God, even involved in physical activities, right? So meaning, so in Shabbos you can learn a little more, right? You can sleep a little less. Well, of course, you're allowed to sleep. There is no problem. But as Rambam told us in the previous chapter, the nights were created only to learn Torah. No, it actually was a commentary. He said actually in the fourth chapter he said that one should sleep 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours. But in a commentary it says no. But in Hilchos Talmud Torah it says that the nights were created only for studying of Torah. And you say there is no prohibition, no contradiction, so it's proper for you to learn Torah, and Hashem would bless you. But according to natural laws, like right, so you should sleep 7 to 8 hours. So why is that? I mean, if a person is going to read, I don't know, whatever, some empty things on news on internet, right? So it's better for him to sleep 8 hours. But if he's going to study Torah, so it's better for him to sleep 5 hours, right? So that's the thing. 46. Okay. So again, going to back to the sentence. So this Torah scholar should do it only Shabbos Eve and Shabbos Eve, so Friday night, right? If he has a physical stamina. Okay, so what does it mean? See, Hilchos issued chapter 14. We should learn it maybe, where the Rambam prescribed a criteria for the frequency of the marital intimacy. Right, I mean the same place, and that are coordinated with a person's physical stamina. Meaning, some people are stronger physically, some are weaker. Right, and with age, the person becomes weaker, so it would not recommend it be as intimate as he was when he was 20 years old or something. Okay, so as I understand, it does not apply to women. Right, so women, right, it's a different story. So it's like this weakness and using a lot of energy, it's mostly applied to men. Right, so continue. So let's do the whole sentence, or at least half of the sentence, because it's very long. If he speaks with her, he should not do so at the beginning of the night. So speaks, Rambam quotes this euphemism for marital intimacy from Nedarim 20b. So speaks with her, meaning he's with her intimately. Right? If he should not do it in the beginning of the night, when he sated and his belly is full, meaning this person did not listen to Rambam, right? What would be said in the previous chapter. As Rambam told us, it's proper to eat last meal, right? A full meal, like 3 hours before person goes to sleep, and plus, as we said, very important not to overeat and eat 3/4 of his stomach. So, right? So, meaning if he would follow this advice, like in the beginning of the night, most likely he would not be so bad. But like most of the people like to eat right before they go to bed. Unfortunately, what can you do? I mean, you can do a lot. Just change your habit. That's what I mean. Okay, so he should not do it in the beginning of the night when his stomach is full, nor at the end of the night when he's hungry. Right. So also, like when person is hungry and losing a lot of energy is also not very healthy. Rather, in the middle of the night, when the food is being digested, right? Being digested, so meaning it's a satiation, right? Complete satiation. 49. And it says that, see, note chapter 4, Halachah 19, so the previous one. Ageres HaKodesh, so this Rambam Lerner explains that both during the time food is being digested and when person is hungry, his emotional balance is somewhat disturbed, and it is difficult for him to develop proper attitude and the spiritual awareness necessary to make the marital intimacy a godly act. Nedarim 20b emphasizes that the midnight hour also allows a person to rest from his worldly involvements. The quiet of the hour prevents him from being disturbed by the other thoughts, and he is able to consecrate on his wife alone. Let's explain, because it's very interesting ideas, of course. So Geras HaKodesh, Rabbi Shlita does these lectures, what is it, Jewish intimacy, based on this Geras HaKodesh, of course. And if you notice, he used this chapter as well, this Halachah, and a lot of Yisurei Bial. Okay, so let's do this again. Geras HaKodesh. Explain that both during the time the food is being digested and when the person is hungry, his emotional balance is somewhat disturbed, and it's difficult for him to develop the proper attitude. So very interesting. When a person is just ate, or a person is hungry, so he's still thinking about food, or still already thinks that he's hungry, so he's somewhat, it's very interesting, somewhat disturbed, emotionally disturbed, somewhat. So even the way I understand, even not on a subconscious level, it's not like he's nervous, he's like cranky or something. No, right? Somewhat disturbed, and it's difficult for him to develop proper attitude, right, and a spiritual awareness of the necessary to make marital intimacy godly act. So meaning there is something else on his mind. But when person is satiated, right? He's good. He's not his stomach is not full, and then the same time he's not feeling hungry. So this is a perfect perfect time to have as less distraction as possible. And plus, right, Nedarim 20b emphasizes that the midnight hour has allowed person to rest from his worldly involvement. So a person goes to bed and he's, tomorrow again, have to pay this guy, have to call that office, this office, do this, do that. Are they going to pay me? They say they're going to pay me last Thursday. They did not pay me. Maybe this Wednesday. So person has 1.5 million things, right? All of us, right, in our mind. So meaning that his mind is not at rest yet. But by the midnight, hopefully, a person would think over all of these things. Hopefully, right? We have to stop at one point. Right, and now a person has would be like more or less peace of mind, right? At least quiet a little. And plus, the quiet of hour prevents him from being disturbed by other thoughts, right? And he is able to consecrate his wife alone. So, all right, and then plus at the midnight, so meaning in the evening, maybe people like walking back and forth, like on the street, or still like maybe in olden days not so much, but today, so sometimes like right, like sometimes I would go like outside, like step out on the porch when I learn at night, right? So I see like how many windows like I still lit. So and still see people walking on the street, but the closer to the midnight, after midnight, so there are almost nobody, right? But by the morning, like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. you only see only a few people still not sleeping. Okay. So, but that's like the best hour, like especially like Shabbos night when everybody is asleep. There is it's amazing, like quietness in the air. It's something. Okay. Despite the advantage of having relations at midnight, many contemporary authorities suggest that the couple not hold to this as a blind rule. A couple have already begun thinking of intimacy. They should not be forced to wait until midnight to fulfill their desires, right? So if they have agreement, right, so they put the kids early to bed, they're ready, she's ready, he's ready, right? And plus, if he has to get up very early, go to work, go to prayer, go to learn, go to whatever. So I mean, that's also not healthy. Just to wait until midnight, right? And then he would not have enough time to sleep during the night. So also we have to use common sense and calculations in this case. Okay. Okay, so continue. And he should not be excessively lightheaded. So lightheaded, as we said, it's actually, yeah, as we said, chapter 2, Halachah 7. Rambam said the Mishnah Avos 3:16, which links lightheadedness with immorality. So what does it mean? Lightheadedness means immorality. So these people who like to joke, right, with his wife, with all of the wives. So that's only a matter of time when the person is going to commit immorality, and this woman, and she was always laughing, very like hyena, like you, and everybody has to hear, and the man gathering here, oh, she's Mrs. So and so. They go to this place, like it's so disgusting, so disgusting, right? So this lightheadedness leads to immorality, for sure, right? So okay. So again, the whole sentence. He should not be excessively lightheaded, even if he's his wife, right? So if he right, even if his son, nor should he talk obscene nonsense, even in intimate conversation with his wife. So now, like, don't make it like some kind of obscene nonsense, like a heavy conversation on her, right? Commentary. Though a man should talk to his wife to prepare for her marital intimacy, he must be careful of what he says. So meaning not to not to imply anything that might offend her, not to remind her this and that. So very, 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 very careful, right? The goal is to relax her, basically. Not the comments of Vayikra Rabbah 24:7, when it says, and you camp shall be holy, that he see no lewd thing in you. Right? It's from Dvarim 23:15. The latter refers to the unseemly speech. Right? So I mean, like straightforward explanation what Rashi said. So no excrement can be found. So everybody have to wear a shovel like with them. So to cover up the excrement, but it's one explanation. But another explanation, right? So people would not have in order to have how you have your camp holy. So camp is also your house is your camp, right? Where you're camping, right? So meaning refers to unseemly speech. Rav Shmuel bar Nachman said, lewd speech is obstinacy. Obstinity, sorry. Okay. And we had the questions like that. Right? I mean, from younger fellows, like few of them, right, in the different time, some time ago, like, so their wife actually were forcing them, according to these fellows. Of course, I did not talk to the wife, but according to them, so the wives like this rough talk, basically. Rough. I mean, maybe they watch too many movies, but I mean, that's not how you speak to a Jewish woman, right? And it's a problem with a woman if she likes these things. Okay. Behold, the prophet has stated in Amos 4:13, and he repeats to a man what he has spoken. On a verse, our sages commented, right? So, what is who is he? It's a Chagiga 5b. Who is he? Meaning, when a person dies and he goes in front of the heavenly court, so he's going to be shown all of this his lifetime, like in the pictures, one after another, right? That's how space sages explain. But since there is no body, no physical body, so a person would be able to to see many pictures, many and acknowledge them very, very clear in abnormal fashion, a lot, meaning a lot, because a person does not have a physical body limitation, and plus person they're going to play for him all of the conversation that he had, everything he said. when he lied to somebody, he insulted somebody, and there, I think if I remember correctly in this Chagiga 5b, the sages say even light conversation with his wife. So he said, how's the weather? Can you check, please? I'm busy. My hands are dirty. Can you please check? Is going to rain tomorrow or not going to rain tomorrow? So I mean, is it any problem to ask if it's going to rain tomorrow morning? Like, does he has to take umbrella to his work or not? What's the problem, right? Nothing. But even this innocent conversation, would be play out to him, right? So meaning, a person is going to be judged based on what he was saying during his lifetime, right? So it's not so simple, right? So again, this line is from Amos, and him in Hashem repeats to a man what he has spoken. On this verse, our sages commented, a person will have to account for even light conversation that he has with his wife, right? Light conversation 53. When judged in afterworld, right? Okay, conversation with his wife. For every aspect of the man's behavior is significant, right? So we will need to give account to all of these conversations. So I mean, if a person if we remind ourselves like from time to time, so we would be abstained from many conversations, like useless, right? So I remember like when I just joined Yeshua, a person will say, "Where do you live?" So I ask me like, "You planning to come to me?" I say, "I live in Galus, so I'm trying to cut it short. I live in Galus. I apologize. I need to go." And I always, like, if it's on Shabbos, I always my headphones. I say, "I have a class. I can't apologize. I have a class. Good night, good morning, whatever. But I have a class. Sorry, and I need to. I'm joined." So it doesn't matter. The class is for 5 years ago. Like, nobody asked me about when the class is. It live, not live. So okay, they leave me alone. But I see the people. Sometimes a new person comes, and they start talk to him like. Nothing like derogatory, but like empty conversation. Oh, your cousin with this insult? You really? But do you know his third cousin that he married this girl? You know? And now all of this conversation like useless, absolutely useless. Right, and for this conversation, a person is going to get judged, and sometimes it's unfortunate. It's this, of course, not during the prayer, like after the prayer, but you have the whole library here. You have so many books. You have a break between the prayers, so from Mincha to Marif. Go grab a book. Take any book, from the shelf, just any book for sure. Whatever page you're going to open, it's going to be new, absolutely brand new for you. So I started reading. Why didn't to discuss these things? And that's unfortunately, right? But if a person is going to remind themselves that I'm going to be asked for all of my conversation, right? He or she would prefer to be quiet as much as possible. Okay, unless it's for Torah related things or absolutely necessary conversations. Okay, but here, as Rambam said, talk to your wife is necessary conversation, especially in this situation. Okay, continue. At the time of physical intimacy, they should not be drunk. So it's very important. So I think in this, what is it? Hilchos Yishut. I don't remember which chapter, but there were categories 5 or 6 situations, maybe 7. I don't remember exactly. In which it says if they had relations, they might have very bad children. So, and one of them is when she's drunk, or he's drunk, or both of them are drunk. So that's a big problem. Right? Or the rape, right? Or she's scared, or another one, if I remember correctly, when when decided to get divorced, but they did not go to BeEzrat yet. So, but if he in his mind divorced her, so that's it. She's a divorced woman. So now, if he has relations with her, that's a huge issue, right? Meaning that she's forbidden to him. Okay, so continue. Okay, so should not get drunk. 55. The mental intimacy to be a meaningful act, each of the partners must have their faculties at their command, right? Beautifully said. As mentioned in the following Halachah, the proper attitude toward the marital intimacy will cause one to father children who are refined and attractive. So, meaning if he was drunk or she was a drunk or both of them were drunk, so the children are going to be like, like, spirituality that is going to get into the shell according to them like they are like piglets or something. So it's going to be a little piglet, right? What is it, right? Measure for measure, right? So it's very very important, right? So this is the time when we're trying to affect, right, the future children, as Rabbi Ruben Shlita explained. So whether the children are going to come out from these relations or not, it doesn't matter. So person can create a holy neshama. So it's from Igeres HaKodesh. So it's very, so a person cannot be drunk. This point, of course, like if a person drank a little, for example, if it's going on Friday night and they drank some kiddush wine, there is no problem. I mean, you of course you maybe a little tipsy, a little like actually from so much food, not even that, but maybe like you feel a little alcohol, but that's it. Drunk, absolutely not. Continue. So meaning if you want the holy children, right? So you have to have a proper attitude to the marital intimacy. Okay, continue. Continue with the commentary. The converse is also true. If parents engage in marital intimacy in a coarse manner, or if there is a friction and lack of harmony between them, the child born in this union will have undesirable character traits. So that's another one. That's another one, and that's a huge one. So if they like as he said, the parents engage in marital in a coarse manner, like animals, right? And the lack harmony is between them, meaning they just had a fight, and they now they want to make up for this fight, for like he called her like this, and she called him like that, and his mother also, and now they have like any animalistic desire drive to each other, and they try to like make up. So of course it's like that. That's now how it's supposed to be, right? If they have some disagreement, even argument, this and that, it's possible. It happens to the best, even with the best of us, right? If you don't have arguments in a family, meaning there is no family. Maybe one of you is deaf or was blind or something, or like chas v'shalom, or like in a coma, right? But if two normal people, a man and a woman, for sure, from time to time, you will have disagreements, right? Bigger, smaller, doesn't matter, right? That's normal, right? Not disagreements are normal. Like what is not normal if it grows into like huge fight, and like people do not talk to each other for 5 days or something. That's too much. But disagreements are fine. So meaning, but when they're in the middle of this disagreement, in the fight, so don't have relations. Meaning first go make up, right? Make up, like nice, and then only like give it some time to cool down. So usually for men it's much easier to cool down. He already forgot. I said, what? You still remember? She said, of course I remember. It was 15 minutes. 15 minutes was such a long time ago. He already forgot. He already right. It's easier for men, but men must remember that women would be in this state like for a longer period of time. So I have to think when pick the time for your fights. Right, we gotta be careful. So that's what it says here. Right, so if people would have relationships in this like in a tense right situation, so there is would have children undesirable character traits. Continue. In particular, Nedarim 20b describe the 10 situations. Oh, here we go. 10 situations in which relations are forbidden. No, it's not going to list. Okay, I thought they were no. Forbidden, and states that the children born in such a union, so 10, I said 5 or 7, it's 10. Such a unions are endowed with extremely negative tendencies. So one of them is, as we said, when they just had a fight and now have relations. Another one when they drank. Another one when she's scared. Right, so she's she's doing willingly, but she's scared of him. Right, or another one when she's forced, like she's raped or something. Right, another one when he decided to divorce her. Right, another one when I think he's thinking about another woman. She thinks about another man. I'm not sure if it's a different or the same one. Okay, and a few more. I don't remember all of them, but okay. So meaning, right. So all if they engage in this relation, so they're going to have this right. So if result of this union is going to be child, the child is going to be defective. But even if child is not going to be born from these relations, so they would create neshama, and even a demon instead of neshama. So we have to be very careful. It says see also following Halachah Hilchos De'os 21:12. Maybe we should learn it. 55. I did it only once in my life, so it would be very beneficial many years ago. 55. Continue. Okay, so again, the whole sentence. At the time of physical intimacy, they should not be drunk. So we explained. Nor lackadaisical. Lackadaisical, what does it mean? 56. People should not engage in relation except when motivated by desire. Preferably holy desire, is explained in chapter 3. For this reason, as I mentioned below, the husband should spend time arousing his wife's desire. Okay. Or nor tense. So tense is also not good. Depressed, so masculine, depressed, and you need a state of mind to confirm the attitude desired by the Torah, as mentioned below. So meaning tense, so that's a man's job to relax his wife, right? So meaning that's why they say don't go don't start like right away. So give it some time. Not tense, neither both of them or even one of them. Commentary. The act of physical intimacy, so meaning not be tense none of them. The act of physical intimacy should be a true union between man and wife. So it's not like one is doing a favor to another. That's also problematic. Therefore, the partners must work in developing single state of mind. So it's not like she's thinking, okay, let him be done. I have to take care of I don't know, something, right? That's of course not proper. Okay, she should not be asleep. So next one, that's what I missed, right? So she should not be asleep, right? So meaning if he has a relation but she's asleep, so it's like almost like a rape, almost. Nor should so meaning for sure without consent when she's asleep. Nor should the man take you by force. So that's another problem. Counter. There's two situations also included among the 10 prohibition relation mentioned in Nedarim 20b. So meaning what? Taken by force or when she's asleep. So meaning the outcome, meaning the children would be not good from these situations. It was 59. Continue. Against your will. So meaning by force against your will. Commentary. The Avodas HaMelech states that this situation also implies that one should not compel his wife to agree in sexual relations. Right? See Eruvim 100b. So what is it? Compel meaning compel, right? Make you, like force you, right? Not with words, right? Scare you basically. Okay, so that's a problem. Continue. Rather, the relations should take place amidst their mutual consent and joy, right? So meaning again, mutual consent and joy, but of course, like it has to be worked on. It have to be prepared, both of them, right? Not only one side, and it has to, as we said in the commentary, have to have the same state of mind. Otherwise, it's not going to work out so well. Okay. Continue. He should converse and daily with her somewhat, meaning, as we said, to relax him. So let's see. Commentary. Hagiga 5b describes how the sage Rav would abandon all his formalities and inspire an atmosphere of relaxation, relaxed happiness before the marital intimacy. Right, this huge Rav. I think somebody was lying under his bed and listening. One of his students. He was trying to learn Torah. Right. This Rav was a little light-headed. A little. He was joke with his wife. There is no problem to create this atmosphere. So again, the whole sentence. He should converse with in daily with her somewhat, so that she be relaxed. Commentary. So relax is a key word. So it says Igeres HaKodesh. So go back to this letter of Ramban. States, you should motivate her with words, and that move your heart, right? That settle your mind and make you happy, and your mind will be fused with her, and your intent with her intent. You shall say some things that arouse your desire, feelings of a connection, love, will, and romance, and others which lead you to fear God, to the fear of God, piety, and modesty. So meaning, right, even in this holy acts, so we don't cross the line. We don't become animals. We actually act opposite, right? We try to be as holy as possible. And as we learn from here, and since it is Halachah, and Mishnah Torah is Halachah, about books of Halachas, so it's not a suggestion. Of course, right? It's Halachah. If a person cannot reach this level, it's only because he is lacking or you're lacking. It's not because it's impossible. So if Hashem said it is Halachah, if Rambam included in this book, so meaning that all of us can do it. So let's read this commentary and we try to explain. You should motivate her, right? So Rambam said, you should motivate her with words that move your heart and settle your mind, right? Meaning give her compliments, right? Make your mind, right? Happy, so that your mind, make you happy, so that your mind will be fused with yours, meaning that it's not like she's doing you a favor, you're doing her favor, right? And somebody is trying to get it over with. Okay. And your intent with your intent, right? You should say things that arouse your desire, whatever. So like after living some time, so a man already knows what to say, right? What she would like to hear. A feeling of connection, right? Love, will, and romance, and others which lead you to the fear of God and piety and modesty. Continue. He should engage in marital relation with her modestly, right? And not boldly, right? Meaning under the sheets or blankets, and withdrew from her immediately. Okay. So we have one commentary on this line, withdrew with her. And it says, the commentator note that Rambam's statement are based on the following passage of Nedarim 20b. They ask Ima Shalom, the wife of Rabbi Eliezer. So that's the famous one, right? Why are you children all attractive, right? And she replied to them, he only engages in intimacy with me at the midnight. So it's very interesting. So so we understand the situation. The holy sages came to this woman, right, the holy woman, and asked her, how come all of these real children looks good? Right, it's we have to understand that it's a little embarrassing situation, and now she's talking to men about her private life, right? So just so we understand, and she replied to them. So it's not to them, right? He only engages in intimacy with me at the midnight. During the marital intimacy, he uncovers hand breath, right, and covers the hand breath. There is he engaged in intercourse modestly, right? So meaning, right, and it appears like a demon is pursuing him, meaning that like he is forced, right? So that he does whatever he needs to do. There is he would withdraw after the completing the sexual act, meaning, right? So the demon forcing him as soon as he finished, that's it, he's out, all right? So meaning that he whatever he did was only for a mitzvah. Okay, so I think we stop here. As we see, very, very powerful Halachah. It's a lot to learn from that. A lot to learn. So I think it's time for a break. Let's take 5 minutes break and we continue with other subjects. 5 minutes.